Retiring Secretary of State James F. Byrnes arrives at the State Department after handing his resignation to President Truman. Mr. Byrnes, who is leaving because of ill health, established a brilliant record of public service. His leadership in the peace conferences and in guiding our policy in the United Nations will be chronicled by future historians. The nation owes him a debt of eternal gratitude.
One of New York Harbor's most spectacular fires rages as a pier at Weehawken, New Jersey, just opposite Midtown Manhattan, burns to the water's edge. The pier, which served railroads coming in from the west, is completely destroyed along with cargo awaiting export. Total loss is expected to reach $6.5 million. A Universal cameraman films the inferno as firemen from 6 New Jersey communities battle the blaze, which could be seen for miles. During the 48-hour fight to subdue the fire and prevent its spread, 12 firemen and pier workers were injured or overcome by smoke. Ambulances maintained a constant vigil, and more than 30 firefighting boats from the Coast Guard and Harbor Fire Departments, as well as tugboats, took part in the fight. Carbide is believed to have started the blaze, which for a time threatened to become one of the costliest in New York's history. Across the world, fire also routs American servicemen and their families from the Palace Heights Community Housing Project in Tokyo. So suddenly did the flames sweep the settlement that frantic residents barely escaped. As the fire spreads quickly in a stiff wind, desperate efforts are made to save belongings in the path of the blaze. The conflagration broke out in a mess hall, which was destroyed. From there, it quickly spreads through the Quonset huts, and the post exchange is badly damaged. The explosion of a gasoline stove was blamed for the blaze. Fire, a never-relenting enemy.
General of the Army and Chief of Staff Eisenhower visits with GI patients in the hospital at Miami, Florida. Here for a vacation and medical checkup, the affable Ike seems to enjoy playing hooky from affairs of state. Holding his first all-out press conference since coming south, the general takes up a matter with which he has had considerable trouble. His reply is typically in the Eisenhower vein.
Ever since I have first heard my name connected with possible political office, I have consistently declined to consider or discuss such a contingency. My mind has not changed with respect to that subject one iota. I am a soldier. I belong to the Army. And the Army is truly national. It lives to serve the nation and nobody else, no party, no special group.
Replying to a pertinent question, the answer is likewise direct.
The doctors brought me to Florida because they said they wanted me to go to a place where there was warm sunshine during the winter and where I'd get plenty of exercise and could be constantly available to the doctors for their tests and the other treatment they wanted to give me. I must say I have had about as many pictures taken internally here as I seem to be having taken externally today.
That's Sun Valley, Idaho's wintry wonderland, mecca for skiers. During the war, the Navy had a rest center here, but today it's back as a winter resort and host to over 100 skiers for the intercollegiate meet. The thermometer is not far above the 0 mark. The snow up on the slopes is powdery and fast, ideal for competition, ideal for the slalom races, the feature of today's roundup of sporting thrills. So let's go! Slalom is one of the trickier forms of skiing. It's for the adept best, but it's only part of the vast overall picture of the tremendous surge of interest in the sport. This year ought to set new records as the biggest and best season in history, in the West and in the East and all around the land. And here we are at Bear Mountain, New York for the Toker Memorial Jump. We're in fast company and dangerous company. A spill could mean death from the treacherous slide, but these champions will risk it. Dot Graves, the only girl entrant, makes a perfect landing and remains upright. She upholds the dignity of the weaker sex. And next, here's Artie Davlin, the nation's leading amateur jumper, out to repeat his victory of last year. And he does, with a breathtaking leap of 146 feet. But they all don't fare as well as winner Davlin. There's many a slip twixt the takeoff and the landing. Do you follow me? Competitors watch with horrible fascination as the jumpers who precede them come a cropper on the slippery landing area. But down they come, down, 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 defying the odds in winter's thrill sport of all thrill sports.